everyone, welcome to Newton's Spectral Extramural Academy channel. This channel is created to assist the elementary and the secondary school students in learning various concepts in mathematics, physics and other science related subjects. So in today's video, we are going to be solving and explaining in details problems on simultaneous equation using graphical method. We are going to analyze graphical method to your best understanding. So if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe, like, comment and share. Also don't forget to press the notification button to receive every new video we will be dropping on this channel. So let's get started. So in today's class, we are going to define simultaneous equation, list the method used in solving simultaneous equation, find the coordinate point x and y, identify different forms of simultaneous equation graph and their meaning, apply graphical method in solving further problems in mathematics. Now let's recall from our previous class where we discussed equation. We defined equation as a mathematical statement that shows equality between two or more expressions. Now we talk about types of equation. We talk about linear equation, quadratic, cubic, quartic, radical, rational, differential, and parametric equation. But today we are going to concentrate more on linear equation, where we are going to discuss simultaneous equation. In today's class, we are going to discuss the linear equation in relation to simultaneous equation. That is, two linear equations with two different variables. We are also going to discuss the various methods in solving simultaneous equation, and today we are going to adopt graphical method. So let's recall what simultaneous equation is. Simultaneous equation is an equation that involves two or more quantities whose value is to be determined at the same time. So there are several methods used in solving simultaneous equation, and these are elimination method, substitution method, graphical method, and Cramer's rule method. But today we are going to adopt graphical method. So what is solving simultaneous equation graphically? Solving simultaneous equation graphically is the process that allows us to solve two or more algebraic equations that shares variables by sketching them on graph. The point of intersection gives the solution to the simultaneous equation. This is because at the point of intersection the two equations are equal to one another and therefore the values of the variable are the same for both equations. So to solve simultaneous linear equations, two unknown variables can be obtained using graphical method by plotting their graph, and after which the coordinate of the 2 points on intersection of the two lines will be located to give the value of x and y. So before we solve our simultaneous equation using graphical method, we need to apply the following steps. Our step 1 says, take note of the form of equation given to you, either standard form or slope-intercept form. Step 2 says, use the x and y intercept to find the point of coordinate of x and y if given the standard form of equation. But if given the slope-intercept form of equation, use the slope-intercept to find your x and y. Step 3. Calculate the value of x when y equals to 0. Solve for y when x equals to 0. So your step 4 is to choose a good graph scale and title your graph. Step 5. Plot the value of your two equation x and y coordinates on your graph to form two different straight lines. Step 6. Join the point plotted. Check where the two lines intersect to find the value of x and y. Or when the two lines are parallel, that means you do not have any solution. If the two lines coincident with one another, that means you have many solutions. Step 7. Use the x and y value obtained to check if your answers are correct or not. Equations of a straight line include the standard form, the slope-intercept form, and the point-slope form. All these are equations of a straight line. Also, equation of a line can take the forms listed below. Nevertheless, After solving your simultaneous equation graphically, your two lines can take the following forms. When your two lines intersect one another, this shows that the solution of x and y is the point of intersection. So if your simultaneous equation take this expression, that is, the two lines are parallel to one another, this indicates that your graph does not have solutions. So after plotting your graph and your two lines lies on each other, that is, they coincident with each other, this shows that your equation has many solutions. So in summary, our simultaneous equation graph could be parallel, intersecting, or coincident. Now let's take our example. We're going to take example 1, 2, 3, and 4 using graphical method. Now let's go. We're going to continue with our calculation of simultaneous equation using graphical method. So we're going to solve this equation now using graphical method. We have two equations here, equation 1 and equation 2. Now looking at this equation, these are standard form equations. We call them standard form equation. They are in standard form. Now to solve them, we find their intercept. Find the intercept. Now finding the intercept, starting from equation 1. So from our equation 1, I have x plus y equals to 13. Now let x be equals to 0. So when x is equal to 0, my y will be 13. Now I have my xy to be equals to 0, 13. Now let y be equals to 0. When my y is equal to 0, then my x will be equals to 13 as well. Therefore, my x, y equals to 13, 0. That's for equation 1. Now, for equation 2 now, let's find the intercept from equation 2. What's our equation 2? X minus y equals to 5. Now, let x be equals to 0. So when my x is equals to 0, I have minus y equals to 5. If you divide both sides by minus 1, divide this by minus 1, therefore, my y will be equals to minus 5. Now, my x2, y2 equals to 0, minus 5. Now, let y be equals to 0. When my y is equals to 0, then my x is equals to 5. Now, my x2, y2 will be equals to 5, 0. Now that we've already found the intercept of the two equations, the next thing we need to do is to plot the graph of this equation to find the value for x and y. Now, before you plot your graph, you need to what? Title your graph and also find the scale of your graph. Now, this graph is graph of equation x plus y equals to 13 and x minus y equals to 5. My scale 2 centimeters for x axis, for my x axis and my y axis. Now, on your graph, let me show you the graph we have here. If you have with your graph, you can try it as well. The box in each graph is 2 centimeters. If you use your ruler to measure this box is going to give you what? 2 centimeters. From this place to this place is 2 centimeters. From this place to this place is 2 centimeters. Now, if you count the small box inside these boxes, if you count from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's up to 10. It's up to 10 for the box inside the 2 centimeters. So that's why we are going to take our x-axis to be 2 centimeters. 2 centimeters now represent how many units? 2 centimeters represent, let's take a look at the value here. Let's say 2 centimeters represent 5 unit interval. 2 centimeters represent 5 units interval. Now let's represent this value on Cartesian plane. This is my Cartesian plane. I have my y and I have my what? My x axis. This is positive. This is positive. This is also positive. This place is negative. This is negative. Then I have my what? My origin O. So I start with 5, 10, 15, 20. That is 5 interval. That's what we say 2 centimeters represent 5 units. So now I have my minus 5, minus 10, minus 15, minus 20. This place will be minus 5, minus 10, minus 15, minus 20. This is 5, 10, 15, 20. Now let's represent the first equation on the graph. Now, for the first equation, where my x is equal to 0, my y is 13. Where is my y? This is my y. So let's count. I have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and I have my 15. So my 13 is going to be somewhere around this place. So just asterisk it. You can circle it as well. Now the next one, where my y is equal to 0, my x is what? Is 13. Where's our 13? Let's take a look at this. We have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and we have our 15. So my 13 is somewhere here. Now the next thing we need to do here is to join the graph. We join the points together using a straight line. The next thing we need to do is to join the line together using a straight line. So let's go. So it's better we make use of ruler for better line. So I've just crossed the line for the equation x plus y, which is equal to what? To 13. Now let's plot the next equation. That's equation 2. When our x is equal to 0, our y is going to be minus 5. So my minus 5 is somewhere here. The next one says when my y is equal to 0, what is my x? My x is 5. So we're going to place our x is here, it's 5. So the next thing we need to do is to join the line together. So let's join the line together. Then we sketch the line again. As it's not crossing the supposed line. Now it is an intersecting line. This is an intersecting line. For this line now, this is an equation x minus y equals to 5. So where the line intersects is the solution to this equation. Now let's check where the line intersect each other. So we have this. So for my x, our x is 9 and my y is equals to 4. Our x is 9 and my y is equal to 4. Now let's check if our answers are correct using equation 2. Let's use equation 2, which is x minus y equals to 5. Now what is our x? My x is 9 and my y is 4. So 9 minus 4 equals to 5. Therefore, the answers are satisfied. So this shows that our answers are correct. Yes. Alright, so our next example is 2x minus 5y equals to 10 and y equals to 2 over 5x minus 2. Now, this is another simultaneous equation. Now, taking a look at this equation, the first equation 1 is in standard form. Now, the second equation 2 is in slope form. slope-intercept. And the equation 2 is in slope form. Now, to solve this, you need to find the intercept, and slope. You need to find the intercept and the slope. So, from equation 1, we have 2x minus 5y equals to 10. Now, let s be equals to 0. So when my x is equal to 0, what is my y? My y will be minus 5y equals to 10. I divide both sides by minus 5. So my y now equals to what? To minus 2. Therefore, my x comma y equals to 0 comma minus 2. Now, let y be equals to 0. So when y equals to 0, what is my x? My x will be 2x equals to 10. Divide both sides by 2. My x equals to 5. Therefore, my x comma y equals to 5 comma 0. Equals to 5 comma 0. Now, let's find the slope and the intercept for equation 2. From equation 2, I have my y equals to 2 over 5x minus 2. So, let x be equals to 0. When my x equals to 0, my y equals to minus 2. Now, the next one is my slope. So, my slope m. My slope m equals to 2 over 5. That is my slope. But note, since this is positive, it will be rise over the run. We call this one 1 and we call this one rise. Now, if it is negative, it's going to be what? Facing down. It's going to be what? Coming down. If it is negative for the run, it's going to be coming to the left instead of facing the right. Now, let's plot our graph of this equation. Don't forget, I said, whenever you want to plot our graph, you get the title of your graph and the scale of your graph. So the title is graph of what's our equation? Graph of 2x minus 5y equals to 10 and y equals to 2 over 5x minus 2. And y equals to 2 over 5x minus 2. What is our scale? 2 cm for x-axis. You have your x-axis and your y-axis. So for my x-axis, 2 centimeter will represent how many units? 2 centimeter will represent 1 unit. Let's choose 1 unit. And for y-axis as well, 2 centimeter will represent 1 unit. That's 1 unit interval. Now, let's form our Cartesian plane. This is my origin. I have my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, and minus 5. X-axis, y-axis. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. Now, let's plot our graph. The first equation, which is 2x minus 5y equals to 10. When my x is equal to 0, my y will be minus 2. My y will be minus 2. This is my y. I'm going to asterisk it. When my y equals to 0, my x is what? Is 5. I'm going to asterisk this. So let's join the line together. The line needs to fall on the line. So this is for the first equation. Equation 2x minus 5y equals to 10. Now let's plot the second equation. The second equation says when x equals to 0, our y is minus 2. So these are minus 2. Now the slope says 2 rise and 5 run. Let's count. 1, we start from 2, 1, 2. 2 rise and 5 run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 5 run. So we're still lying on the same line. Still lying on the same line. That's the second equation now. The second equation, which is y equals to 2 over 5x minus 2. Now this line is called coincident line. Coincident lines. Now, anytime the two straight line of the equation lies on each other, we say such line is what is called coincident line. Now, anytime the two lines coincident with one another, we call the kind of what of line coincident line. And this kind of equation has many solutions. It has many solutions. This has many solutions. Equation. This is slope line equation. And this slope line equation, we can also what? Find the intercept x and y as well. So now let's go. Find the intercept. The intercept x and y. So from equation 1, from my equation 1, where we have y equals to 2x plus 4. Now, let x be equals to 0. When x equals to 0, your y is what? Is 4. Therefore, x comma y equals to 0 comma 4. Now, let y be equals to 0. When your y is equals to 0, what is our what? What is our x? So we have 2x will be equals to minus 4. Because don't forget, we talk about minus causing the border of what? Of equality changing to what? To plus. And plus causing the border it changes to what? To minus. So that's why we have minus 4. We divide both sides by 2. So my x is going to be what? Minus 2. Therefore, my x comma y equals to minus 2 comma 0. That's for the equation 1. Now, let's find the intercept for equation 2. So from equation 2, we have y equals to 2x minus 2. Let x be equals to 0. When x equals to 0, our y is minus 2. Now, let y be equals to 0. Sorry, our x, when x equals to 0, our y is minus 2. Therefore, my x2 comma y2 equals to 0 comma minus 2. Now, let equation, this is slope line equation. And this slope line equation, we can also what? Find the intercept x and y as well. So now let's go. Find the intercept. The intercept x and y. So from equation 1, from my equation 1, where we have y equals to 2x plus 4. Now let x be equals to 0. When x equals to 0, your y is what? Is 4. Therefore, x comma y equals to 0 comma 4. Now, let y be equals to 0. When your y is equals to 0, what is our what? What is our x? So we have 2x will be equals to minus 4. Because don't forget, we talk about minus causing the border of what? Of equality changing to what? To plus. And plus causing the border it changes to what? To minus. So that's why we have minus 4. We divide both sides by 2. So my x is going to be what? Minus 2. Therefore, my x comma y equals to minus 2 comma 0. That's for the equation 1. Now, let's find the intercept for equation 2. So from equation 2, we have y equals to 2x minus 2. Let x be equals to 0. When x equals to 0, our y is minus 2. Now, let y be equals to 0. Sorry, our x, when x equals to 0, our y is minus 2. Therefore, my x2, y2 equals to 0, minus 2. Now let y be equals to 0. When y is equals to 0, then our x is going to be 2x equals to 2. When minus 2 crosses the border, it's going to change to plus 2. So we divide both sides by 2. So my x is going to be what? 1. Therefore, x2, y2 equals to 1, 0. Now let's represent this intercept on our Cartesian plane. Represent this value on our Cartesian plane. We have our title and our scale. The title is graph of y equals to 2x plus 4 and y equals to 2x minus 2. So my scale will be 2 for x-axis and my y-axis. It will be 2 centimeter. We represent how many units? Represent 1 unit. That's 1 unit interval. And 2 centimeters will represent 1 unit interval. So let's sketch our Cartesian plane. I have my 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. This is my x-axis, and this is our y-axis. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, let's represent our equation on the graph now. So when x equals to 0, my y will be 4. Where is our y? This is our y. When y equals to 0, my x equals to minus 2. So these are minus 2. So let's join the line together. For this equation now, this is y equals to 2x plus 4. Now, for the second equation, when x equals to 0, our y is minus 2. When y equals to 0, our x is 1. Let's join the line together now. So joining this line together, for this equation, y equals to 2x minus 2. So this kind of equation now, the line graph is what? We call it a parallel line. And it has no solution. And now when you solve your simultaneous equation, and after solving it and plotting your graph gives you these parallel lines like this. This shows that your simultaneous equation has no solution. It has no solution. Now, if you have any question to ask us, kindly post your question in the comment section or you send it to our email directly. Thank you. Meet you in the next class.